All right, folks, welcome back to the final game of this 2025 Junior Roller Derby Association Championship. We just saw the final for the female division. We saw Santa Cruz take the win over Rose City. They will be taking home the gold, and then now we have the open division final. The Philly Roller Derby Juniors All-Stars versus the FoCo Junior Roller Derby Spartans. My name is Chai Kilsky.
And I'm Pinky Crusher. And let's get introductions going.
Let's get them going. So go ahead, Pinky. Tell me who is skating in white for Philly.
All right, we got number 04, Insanity. Number 1, Nia Callahan. 10, Tenacious K. 1014, No Gus, No Glory. 16, Stay in Your Laney. 180, I Roll. 21, Pippa Raygun. 26, Bad Blood. 3377, Bee Sting. The Captain, 37, Holly Blockett. 4444, Smashiopia. 69, Steampunk. 72, Tricky Kills, and finally number 99, Soul Crusher. That is your Philly team, and they are playing in white tonight.
All right, skating in black, the FoCo Junior Roller Derby Spartans from Fort Collins, Colorado, just a little ways down the road. 00 Ruby Doom, 007 Rubik's Dude, 100 Monster, 111 Scary Poppins, 138 Peter Pants, 1776 Kraken, 269 Yaya, 28 Hey Hey, 3 Spilla, 58 Firecracker, 618 Your Captain, Reaper's Blade, 777 Hyper, 911 Scream, 947 Seek and Destroy, and 999 Slim Skady. Go ahead and tell us who's officiating this final game of the night.
We got a great team of officials here, going to run a fantastic game for us. And starting us off, we have our skating officials, your head ref, Breadpool, Nick Tater, Jawbreaker, O Yoshi Dint, Adam Splinter, Illinois, and Sydney Vicious. And as flashy as those skate refs are out there in their stripes, we also could not do it without our NSOs or non-skating officials. For those guys who have your head NSO, Anya Arson, Rocket Chop, Wreck-It Ref, Diva, Asylum, Bionic Envy, Huggins, Ivana Rage, and Vicky Vanish. And that is our officials for this game.
And I just want to give a shout out to all the great announcing crew that Andy's put together for this tournament, including our two juniors, Pinky and Cosmic. This is our first call together, so
It'll be a fun one, that's for sure.
We're gonna do our very best. I've been so impressed with the level of ability you guys already have as announcers, and I can't wait to see where you go from here.
Thank you.
So time to Derby. We still got a minute. Let us give a quick shout out to those skaters who are on Team USA heading to the roller derby, the Junior Roller Derby World Cup in Brisbane, Australia later this month.
There's quite a lot of them here tonight.
There's a lot. And so for FoCo, Rubik's Dude, Monster, Scary Poppins, Peter Pants, Kraken, Hyper, and Seek and Destroy, all a part of Team USA. For Philly, there is No Gus, No Glory, I Roll, Pippa Raygun, Bad Blood, Bee Sting, Holly Blockett, and Smashiopea. So they're all a part of that Team USA roller derby team that is heading down to the Junior Roller Derby World Cup in Brisbane. Good luck, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful time.
Yes, and the sheer amount of the Team USA players out here tonight, man, we know it's going to be a good game.
And this is the last year for some of these folks, too. We've got quite a few seniors on the FoCo line and the Philly line. But first, roller derby. We're going to have Pinky here do a little play-by-play for us. So tell us who's on that line first.
We got a jammer out there for each team, and starting us off for Philly, that's 1014, No Gus, No Glory, going up against Slim Skady. And Gus takes a quick front in the pack, but it looks like Slim Skady is running down that line, gets caught though, and Gus makes it out first for lead jammer. First lead of the game going to Philly. Slim Skady makes it out on the outside of turn number 2, right about the time that Gus is hitting the back of this pack. Gus here now fighting behind a FoCo tripod, holding him long enough for Slim Skady to catch back up to the pack, though he does take a hit outside of turn number 3, gets run back. Got two strong tripods here fighting and holding these jammers on the pivot of the turn here. There goes Gus getting hit out, run back all the way to the end of turn number 3 out of 4, giving Slim Skady the opportunity to make it through the pack first. The first 4 points of the jam going to FoCo despite not having lead. Slim Skady just now hitting the pack again, hitting the jam line there, goes out of bounds, does not run back. That is a cut penalty on your FoCo jammer, Slim Skady. Power jam now in favor of Philly. Gus, only one wearing the star on the track. He's now working on his second scoring pass as one blocker left goes out.
Really nice knockout by Monster.
Yes, that was a lovely hit. Brings Gus to just call in the jam off right then and there, cutting the losses. That was 8 points for FoCo and... Sorry, 8 points to Philly and 5 points to FoCo. There we go. Yes, 8 to Philly, 5 to FoCo. Took a minute for the scoreboard to update, but we got it there. And this next jam will be a power start for Philadelphia. Your FoCo jammer still in the box, and Beasting, only one wearing the star on the track. And there they go, running that line out to get a very fast lead. Only took them 5 seconds to start scoring.
Philly bringing the pom-poms in the crowd. They're ready to cheer their team on. We don't really know who is going to win this game. It's my understanding Philly came back from behind to win by 1 point.
Yes.
Last year
was a crazy game, and hopefully we're going to have just a good one this year. And it's showing there because Slim Skady out of the box and already through the initial pass. It's coming around now. Both jammers are on their first scoring pass when Beasting just calls the jam there. That is 12 points for Philly, or 4 points for Philly, bringing their total 12 to 5. Lining up here now for jam number 3, we got 1014 from Philly. That's No Gus, No Glory.
So No Gus, No Glory was out in the first jam, getting sent out again
I have
for
seen
Philly.
a lot of 2 jammer rotations in this tournament.
And that's hard to do at altitude, guys. I'm telling you. That is
Yes,
hard to
it is,
do.
and it's been working for these teams so far because here they are in the
Here they are
championship
again, yeah.
game. Anyways, Peter Pants and No Gus, No Glory stuck in the pack at the start of this whistle, but Peter Pants makes it out first. That is the lead jammer for FoCo. No Gus, No Glory stretches that pack to its breaking point, finally laps the last blocker to make it out of the initial pass, right as Peter Pass goes. A beautiful spin on the inside line, picks up 4 points and calls the jam. All right, we got a new jammer for FoCo out there, 007 Rubik's Dude.
We have seen a lot of very defensive games. I will say the open division, we've seen a lot more movement in the packs, but again, there's still a lot of control there. They do the catch, they slow these jammers down, and here we go, back on the line. Pinky, take it away.
Yes, Nia Callahan is who Rubik's Dude's going against, but obviously Rubik's Dude making it through first there. Coming around now with the lead on the first scoring pass. His tripod has backed up over the jam line to fight him, and they're making it hard, but he's going back and forth, and finally makes it around the outside corner of that tripod for the first 4 points of the jam for FoCo. It's coming around now, once again, stuck in a tripod near the jam line. This one holds him long enough for Nia to make it through the pack after taking the star off, putting it back on now. Ooh, Nia's own player hits him on the way to the penalty box, I think, downs him, and that's where that jam ends. 5 points to FoCo and 0 to Philly. It ended before Callahan made it back to the pack, but that is A-okay, because they're only down by 2 points now.
So a testament to how close these teams are. I think we're going to see a high-scoring game, but I think it's going to stay close, neck and neck. 14 to 12 so far. FoCo definitely in the lead, just a 2-point game, though. And we are 5 minutes in, going into Jam 5. So a lot of very short jams right now.
Yes, I have seen that a lot at this tournament.
Definitely a change from the previous game that I just called.
Other than the most recent game, which was defensive all-stars.
Defensive heaven.
We've had a lot of one-and-done jams. There goes No Gus, No Glory for Philly with the lead jammer. Slim Skady, the guy he's jamming against there, gets hit out and run back behind him in the pack here on the initial. Got a minute 30 left in the jam. We're slowed to a stop here on turn number 1. But as I've seen, not long until there's a break in the packs like this, and there it is. Slim Skady makes it out on initial. Let's see if Gus is going to call this jam before Slim Skady hits the pack again. He is not. There is Slim Skady, each jammer facing a tripod on their own. Two incredibly strong tripods. Where has this defense been in the previous games? There have been so many stops in the past 2 games. I feel like they were saving them up this whole tournament to put them on play here.
Yeah. So both of these teams having won their game to get to this final, but the teams they played had to win their games to even face them. So they're a little bit fresher than the other open division teams.
Oh, there you see the black pivot just hit out and tried to run back Gus, but Gus stayed just barely in that line, and that pivot backing off of him to run him back gave him the opening he needed to get through and get 4 points. Oh, Apex, one hand went out of bounds, so he is good to get up and keep going because you can put one hand down before you get that.
And landed with 1 foot on the track, so gets those 4 points.
Impressive track awareness there from him. He goes to do it again, but the skate goes out of bounds, and no forgiveness for skates out of bounds. All right, he is recycled. Poor Slim Skady is still fighting on the first scoring pass. 5 seconds left in the jam. I don't think he's going to make it out. But Gus was not having that problem.
Yep, we do have a call-off with just about 3 seconds left in that
jam.
But all 4 points are collected by Slim Skady here. Massive 12-point jam. It's the highest scoring jam and a lead change taken over by Philly now.
That is, what, three lead changes so far in the first 8 minutes?
Something.
Oh, and this is going to be an exciting game.
Yeah, and we've already got 1 jammer penalty for Philly. Nothing on... No, 1 jammer penalty for FoCo, but nothing on Philly yet.
All right. Oh, and there goes our 2 Philly jammers. Making it out neck and neck. Tenacious K from Philly gets lead jammer. However, Peter Pants hits him out of bounds and laps him. The 2 jammers are in front of each other when they hit the pack. Looks like Tenacious K tried to call it off before your FoCo jammer hit the pack, but was unsuccessful. Instead, they called it off before they hit the pack, but FoCo got 3 points.
So 24-21 on the clock, 20 on the scoreboard, 21:50 on the period clock. We do see pretty much no Gus, no Glory going out every other. They're interspersing with the other jammers. They've got a 4-jammer line, but the rotation has definitely been Gus, new jammer, Gus, new jammer, Gus, new jammer, going into jam number 7. And Rubik's Dude on the line now for FoCo, who's a more traditional rotation. They really are kind of cycling through that rotation. Go ahead.
Yes. Watching the earlier game, you had Pixie versus Des Moines. Each team really only played 2 jammers, and it was a rough game to watch. Because those jammers, they were fighting for it. And speaking of fighting for it here, Rubik's Dude, who makes it out first, gets lead jammer for FoCo, is now running down the inside line to try to pick up those points, and then it calls the jam before your Philly jammer can hit the pack. I got 2 points for FoCo and 0 for Philly. That does bring us up to a 1-point difference now. 10 minutes into the game, 24-23. This is certainly an exciting one.
So for Collins running more of a 3-jammer rotation. I haven't seen, I think it is just Slim Skady, Peter Pants, and Rubik's Dude who've been jamming so far. We'll have to see if this changes. B staying up on the line against Peter Pants for Fort Collins. Gus getting a break.
Yes.
Peter Pants in the back, and it is going to be B Sting taking that lead status.
Oh, but there goes Peter Pants, making it out of the pack right as B Sting hits on the first scoring pass.
Scary Poppins in the box with a cut track call for Fort Collins.
Hopefully the lighter pack should be able to help B Sting pick up a couple points before she calls it, and there's 2. So she only managed to pass 1 player, but still a successful call-off before FoCo manages to get any points. Looking at it now, we got 2 tall jammers on the line. They're really bringing the height this time. That is, you guessed it, Gus for Philly. You know, he cannot stay on that bench for very long. And I'm pretty sure that's Slim Skady for FoCo. So Gus and Slim Skady here. Slim Skady's taking a spot at the back of the pack around a tripod. Gus also in a tripod at the front of the pack, but then gets hit out and run back. Slim Skady's the one at the front now. This back's cycling around like a washing machine. The blocker's reforming faster than I can keep up with them.
That is a great comparison. Okay, a
Done.
forearm on the Philly pivot as No Gus, No Glory hops through to pick up that lead status.
Yes, looks like he did not need those stripes to help him out. But Slim Skady had him, and he used them because there he goes, following our lead jammer about a half a lap behind. Gus is hitting the pack, does not call it before Slim Skady hits it, so maybe we'll get lucky with a multi-pass jam this time.
Hey,
Dude,
FoCo poised to take over that lead too.
Yes.
In this jam.
Looks like Slim Skady's pulling to the front of the pack now. He's got 2
Ooh.
blockers left to fight.
Got
Does
stuck.
Get downed.
In between 2 blockers there at the end. It looked like legal contact here.
Yes, just fell straight on the back.
Yeah, we may see a penalty, we may not, but it did look like one of those blocks where you just get a little bit pinched.
Yes.
So Philly,
the only penalty I could think of would possibly be multiplayer between the 2 blockers, but
no arms.
Yeah, we're looking at the back of them. So
just a couple of penalties so far in this half. We've got 4 for each team. Fort Collins sitting on just the 1 jammer penalty. Nothing insurmountable. Philly in the lead by 3 points. And we can also show you guys that points per jam while we have a little timeout here. So nothing crazy. Philly with a 12-point jam. You know, and we've got 2 leads for Philly, 2 leads for Fort Collins, 2 leads for Philly, 1 for Fort Collins, 2 for Philly.
Yeah, so it looks like Philly's taking more of the leads, but they're kind of equal.
They're trading spaces. You are seeing more scoring even when not lead. You know,
yes,
FoCo is managing to FoCo is managing to score 30-27. I mean, this explains the score right now. We really are 2 get lead, 2 get lead, 2 get lead, 2 get lead. You know, so that's just 10 jams in, and this is when you're going to start to see those jammer matchup adjustments, because we do have some very smart folks on the benches for both of these teams. So we will have, I believe, a continuation jam.
Do you remember how long was left on the clock at the end of that jam?
No, I'm too excited.
Me either. So I guess when we get started
we'll know when they blow the whistle. That's what jam timers are for. So we do see the refs making that signal for that continuation jam, and is it the IPR or the jam ref? Yeah, the jam ref. That's the whistle. We're going to hear that 5 seconds from Rocket Chop. Who's on the line, Pinky?
All right, it looks like we got Ruby Doom for FoCo. I think that might be going up. No Gus, No Glory from Philly has lead at the start of this jam. Going up against Rubik's Dude. That is not Ruby Doom.
A cut track call on No Gus, No Glory. So had lead, will lose it with 32 seconds on the clock.
Yes, and 8 points already for FoCo. Rubik's Dude is doing a great job here getting the points. However, only 30 seconds left, so let's see how many more points he can get. Ooh, I thought there was 4 there on that apex, but he went out of bounds, getting run back. Now facing off with a solid Philly tripod. Blockers come into the offense. They're helping him. They take out the brace of that tripod and send him through down that line. There is another 4 points to FoCo. 5 seconds left. Will he get another pass?
So jam comes to an end just as Gus is released from the box. The pivot, that is Pippa Ray Gun, still in the box, but another 4, now the highest scoring jam of the game so far. 15 points for Fort Collins, 4 for Philly, and that's a lead change.
Yes, very exciting. Yeah, 34-42 now, 17 minutes left in the half. That was a very exciting injury restart, and probably didn't go how Philly was expecting it to. Have we now had a jammer penalty for? Yes, we've had one jammer penalty for each team now. So, you know, my coach always tells me games are won and lost on power jams.
We've seen it. We have seen it this weekend.
Yes. Looks like we're going to have number 1 jamming for Philly once we get started again. That's Nia Callahan.
So, yeah, we'll say, you know, Philly's had more of a 4-jammer. They have a 4-jammer line going, but they have been sending out No Gus, No Glory pretty much every other, interspersing with those other jammers.
Yes.
That is a strategy, especially if you want to try and get lead early.
Yes.
So I don't know if that's the best strategy to continue with for the entire game, unless we know Gus has the juice, you know? Like, does he got the stamina?
a surprising amount of these 2 jammer rotations in this tournament, more than I was expecting.
But it definitely will hurt you at altitude unless you've been cross-training a lot. And that is,
Yes.
Nia Callahan.
Oh, a beautiful
Lead.
line run there, picking up lead. Oh, Peter Pants not very far behind,
Not
though.
happy about it either.
Yes, a quarter track between the two. Oh, Nia hits a tripod, gets downed, and calls it, but it did look like she was able to get her hips behind those 2 butt blockers in the tripod to take 2 points at the very last minute in that jam, closing our point gap a bit, but Philly is still behind by a whole 6 points.
A whole 6 points.
All right, that is, you guessed it, no Gus, no Glory on the line for Philly. I imagine we'll be seeing him a lot in the near future.
And Rubik's Dude, Team USA jammers.
Yes, again.
So they're friends. They've been having practices together.
Yes, our 2 teams have been bringing the height, I swear. They're got a lot of tall jammers here, and it shows with a very fun, jumpy playing style. A lot of apexes, a lot of jukes. And there we go with a good juke there. No Gus, no Glory, running down the outside of turn number 1 to take the status for his team. Rubik's Dude is still making it out not very far behind Gus. There goes Gus through the tripod. Oh, someone lost a kneecap, but they picked it up again.
So Rubik's Dude now in the pack. That's 4 on the board for Fort Collins.
There he goes with the apex. I mean, I'm telling you, we're seeing apexes left and right here from these guys. Rubik's does not need one that fast, though. He just skates by the inside of a tripod. Another 4 for Philly.
So Philly finally slowing down Rubik's Dude a little bit. Gus skates through almost unscathed.
Yes, just
Philly
hugging the inside line.
Yeah, but here we go again. Philly has lost their pivot to the box. Rubik's Dude also picking up another 4. So no Gus, no Glory running the jam, but only up 4 points.
Yes.
And we've seen a lot of this weekend. I have only really seen in JRDA games.
Yes, and they're running
and
it.
And now they're even.
Yep, running it did not pay off there. Rubik's Dude catch up and passes him there. So the 2 of them are now on the same scoring pass. There goes Guts, makes it out to finish the 4th scoring pass. Looks like Rubik's Dude finally getting caught behind a Philly tripod here as your FoCo pivot ends up in the box. Did you catch what penalty that was?
That is an illegal position on Monster. All
right. And there goes no Gus, no Glory, making the most of the light pack to pick up another 4 points. Here he comes now. 6th scoring pass, flies through, flips around last minute to spin past those blockers and get 4 points.
So, massive jam. Philly does save it a bit, 24-14, so a 10-point differential here, overtaking that lead from FoCo. They were maintaining it, so 60-56, just under 14 minutes left in this final for the Open Division. And we've got a bunch of cheers from the crowd from Philly and Fort Collins. Ooh. Big hits on the line. Tenacious K back for Philly. Peter Pants for FoCo. Pinky, take it away.
Yes, I mean, Peter Pants is the one taking it away. There he goes with the lead jammer for FoCo. Tenacious K getting hit out and run back quite a bit. She pulls the star off her head here. I don't know if she's planning to pass it. I don't think so. I think she's just taking it off to try to get some of the blockers' attention away from her for a minute. She's still stuck here in the pack. Both jammers are, actually. Our blockers are doing a great job holding him back. Got a strong tripod here on Peter Pants just over the pivot line. Looks like 444, a blocker from Philly. It just has him pinned on that line, is not letting him go. And there he goes, getting run back. 444 has actually just now taken the star, so it was a star pass to Smashiopia. They are unfortunately still on their initial. Peter Pants, though, fighting for that first lap.
4 points. Even tie game.
Coming through now, back of the pack once again. Can he make it through faster on this second scoring pass?
Okay.
These blockers
Look at
are
this.
doing an incredibly job. It looks like that.
So Philly has cracked the code a little bit.
So 37 and 144, I think. We're just holding him for a hot, 180. Holding him for a hot minute there, but eventually he shakes them off for another 4 points. poor Smashiopia still fighting on initial. Only 20 seconds left in the jam. I don't think Philly is going to pick up any points on this jam.
Well, let's see what happens. We say things like that, and then we get proven wrong just immediately.
Yes, it is the announcer's curse. As soon as you say something,
Yeah.
the jammers go and prove you wrong. But
But really, it's probability. This is a very simple game. So a lot of the things we say are like 50-50. So Philly took the lead. FoCo just took it back in Jam 13, 68-60.
How many lead changes have that been so far? I think we're averaging every other
You know,
jam.
sometimes that happens so much you just don't even want to note it anymore. We did see a direction call in Jam 13 on Hyper, blocker for FoCo. So everybody even on 8 penalties apiece. No Gus, no Glory back up against Slim Skady. So every jammer for FoCo is getting a chance against Gus.
Yes, and
Pack is already stretching out.
yes, right now Slim Skady is working against a tripod here. A 180, a blocker from Philly, is just in the back line of every strong Philly tripod I have seen. They're doing a great job here holding these jammers back, and their 180 goes running back Slim Skady. And there goes No Gus, No Glory, running back as well.
180, that is eye roll.
Yes. Ooh, there goes Gus with a great apex. Again, he's really good at using one hand out of bounds to push himself in and keep going.
It is a tool. Oh, and we do see Slim Skady in the box. That's the second jammer penalty for Slim Skady.
Also a cut.
Also a cut. Most common jammer penalty, to be honest with you. A
Cut
cut, a forearm, a back block. Those are so common.
Ooh.
Wow, a big hit on Hyper.
Yes, if Gus can make another lap here, he'll tie the teams up once again. He's got a minute left and 10 seconds left in this power jam. Looks like his team is waiting a minute to come help him on offense.
And he's waiting for that offense to happen.
And there it is. He's got one blocker left to face off with. Is successful. There's 4 points to Philly. But Slim Skady's back on the track. He is on initial. Well, not anymore.
No.
He's out of the penalty box and straight through that pack.
And that's a third penalty for Monster. We did see her wearing the stripe earlier, but maybe getting a little too many penalties to keep doing that.
Yes, got a 180 and 26 from Philly here, holding Gus at the back of a tripod. And that's the end of the jam. Not a complete pass from FoCo on that one, unfortunately. Thanks to that Philly tripod. Only 2 points on the board for him. And 11 points for Philly, though. Bringing Philly back into the lead.
By 1 point.
71-70. Jinx.
Wow. So shout out to all the pivots out there. Pivots make it possible. Monster, hey for FoCo so far that we've seen. Pippa Raygun, Bad Blood, and Smashiopia. Smashiopia taking a star pass already this game.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes I pivot when I jam, and it's like, I'll pivot, but I don't want to take that star.
Yeah, well, if you can get your jammer out, you don't have to take the star. Wow. So we are going to have an official review called by Fort Collins. We'll tell you about that when we know. We have the alt refs telling us, and we're paying attention to that. But, you know, we can go ahead and show you some fun stuff on the overlay. We can show you those points per jam so far in this game, and you can just see how even everything has been. Wow.
We got that standard 24-point jam from Philly.
Massive. And that put them back in the game. FoCo had a pretty solid lead going on.
Yeah, it does look like Philly has been more consistent with picking up the lead jammer. Possibly thanks to Gus.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. So 9 leads so far for Philly. 4 for Fort Collins. But again, you know, we did have a Philly jammer penalty in there.
Yeah, still doing pretty calm on the jammer penalties, one from each team.
Yeah, so that was No Gus, No Glory with the jammer penalty for Philly. And then for Fort Collins, we've had 2, and that was just from Slim Skady. So again, but all, you know, got out of the box.
Yes, I have all of them been cut so far?
Good question. Let us consult.
All right, looking at our Philly penalty board here. It does look like that was a cut that Gus got. So, 3 jammer penalties, all of them cuts.
Yep.
An unavoidable aspect of Derby, if you ask me.
It happens.
And here's our FoCo penalty board. Again, looking down on it, you can see those 2 cuts from Slim Skady amounting for their 2 jammer penalties.
So we have an official review.
I did not
results.
Even notice that happened.
We are going to get back to the game, and once we... So it looks like Fort Collins has lost the review. I'll ask Andy to tell us what that was so we can tell you guys. But first, Jam 15.
Yes, we got 2 jammers on the line. If you want to guess who they are, it's Gus and Rubik's Dude. Facing off, our pack is really hugging the jam line at the start of this one. There's that starting whistle. Ooh, Rubik's Dude immediately getting pushed back by your tripod, braced by your Philly pivot. They're holding him long enough for Gus to pull into the lead there. Coming around now on the first scoring pass. Philly tripod catching Gus this time, braced by 1-1-1. That's Scary Poppins holding him back. And there goes Rubik's Dude finishing initial as Gus wraps up that first scoring pass. Hitting back into the pack now. Oh, there goes Rubik's Dude. Awesome blocking here. You got number 100 here working on holding back Gus. A great blocker there from FoCo, putting up good stats and holding him long enough for that clock to tick down a little more. Gus is here on the third scoring pass now. Another strong tripod. Gets pushed out of bounds by number 100. But looks like he's good to get up and keep going for another 4 points.
So seeing some offense by Seek and Destroy on Bad Blood.
Oh, Rubik's Dude almost makes it through, but gets hit out by 0-4 from Philly. That's insanity.
And a direction call assessed to a Fort Collins blocker.
Ooh, here comes Gus. Another 4 points for Philly. They got that lead, and they're running away with it now. They're up to 16 for this jam.
So it looks like that offense played by Seek and Destroy ended up being a direction. And just a note on the official review, Fort Collins did request a forearm call on No Gus, No Glory, and they did not retain their review. 20-point jam. Still giving up 8 to Fort Collins, but again, retaking that lead 91-78.
12 points is everything in a game as close as this one is. Does look like we have 2 blockers in the box for FoCo.
That's rough.
Yeah, that's Seek and Destroy and Scary Poppins serving time.
All right.
Hopefully that's going to give Beasting, your Philly Jammer, a shot at lead here, but they're going up against Peter Pants.
Both directions.
Oh, interesting enough. And hey, despite having 2 blockers in the box, Peter Pants gets lead. Star pass from Philly.
Star pass.
That's Smashiopia putting the star on. Coming around now to try to follow Peter Pants through the pack, but Peter Pants is out before they even hit for 4 points. Ooh, is that a cut penalty on our Philly Jammer? I think that is.
Let's see. Yes.
In the box after getting run back.
So as the Jammer.
Yes. Smashiopia will have a great power start here for FoCo. They may only be 9 points behind, and I think they might just use this jam to close that gap there because they got 999 Slim Skady on the line. We'll see if he gets a cut penalty and joins him in the box. But
we'll see what happens. So I think this is the first power jam for Fort Collins where they're starting with the power jam.
Yes,
and
power starts are always fun.
This game is going so fast. It's already just 5:40 on the clock. So Slim Skady hoping to quickly take over this power jam. We did see some offense happen. That is Monster the Pivot playing offense as always. Definitely a dedicated offensive player for Fort Collins. But it's not working on Philly yet. 20 seconds in.
Ooh, number 21 from Philly, Pippa Raygun doing everything she can to hold Slim Skady back, but unfortunately reaches the end of the pack boundary and has to let him go.
Almost killed that whole penalty, so only 5 seconds left before Smashiopia was released.
Look at that. There is that cut penalty on Slim Skady.
So that's the 3rd jammer penalty for Slim Skady, the 3rd cut.
Yes, and he has been all of FoCo's. Every jammer penalty for FoCo has been a cut on Slim Skady. So we'll see where it goes from here. Smashiopia there on her first scoring pass gets her own penalty.
Another
Power
one.
Switch.
So
Slim
another
Skady
one
is
on
out of the box. Getting
Smashy.
run back quite a ways by, that is 26 Bad Blood from Philly. And now getting run back by 180 from Philly.
Great direction.
Eye
Assess
roll.
to Hyper for FoCo. So pack advantage, nobody. Everybody's got.
Yes. Now I got Insanity bracing a strong tripod against Slim Skady. We got 27 seconds left in this jam, and he makes it out there for the first 4 points of the jam.
Wow, with 20 seconds left on this clock.
Let's see if he can get another pass.
Gonna get at least one.
Insanity bracing another tripod against him. His head is really
Really
low.
in between
He
those
takes
two.
that tripod down to
gonna-
the ground.
We're not gonna see a head block. I guess no impact, huh?
Yes, got a fun little
But
water.
leaning down, you really got to be careful with that head there. You can lean down into the pack and try and separate them, but you have to be careful with any contact that your head makes. Almost taking out the OPR here. That's not cool.
Yes.
But Philly hanging on to that lead, 95-89. Fort Collins again catching up, 3.5 minutes left.
Yeah, that one wrapped up 4-7 for Philly and FoCo.
Both teams sitting on 3 jammer penalties apiece now.
Yes.
But different jammers getting different penalties. So Smashiopea has 2 of them. No Gus, but Glory has 1. And all 3 of FoCo's belong to Slim Skady. And now
We're through the pack there. Only 5 seconds in, both jammers are out. Rubik's Dude and Gus facing off for the countless time.
but Gus is your lead jammer.
Oh, yes, but Rubik's Dude passes him on that first scoring pass for 4 points. Just running down the outside line there of turn number 1. He's coming back and hitting the pack. 2 jammers are now both stuck in the pack here.
So Kraken holding down that defense on Gus. The Fort Collins folks have figured out how to get just under his torso there to hold on to him.
Yes, there he goes, getting hit out and run back by Scary
Wow.
Poppins. That gives the opening. Rubik's Dude needs to pick up another 4 points. You do not want to be in the situation where you are 2 laps behind the jammer and you have lead. But
Yeah, that was a lead change in the jam, but Gus saved it at the end. He called it off. He had gotten all 4 of those points, 99-97.
Philly's lead is a whole 2 points.
2 minutes in this first half.
Yes, this next jam could be the last, but seeing how long these
You know,
jams have been
I'm not
running
even
on
going to say
average.
stuff. I'm done saying stuff
Yeah,
like that.
these jams have been pretty short on
saying,
average. So
oh my
I
God, this is going to
foresee
be the
a
last
few
jam,
more.
and there's like 3 more jams. Forget about
Yes.
it. We do have the Fort Collins pivot in the box, so pack advantage to Philly.
Yes, that's Callahan as their jammer today. And Peter Pants, again, not needing that stripe to just fly through the pack for lead. Oh, Nia takes off the star, drops it. The blockers have stepped on the star and are keeping her from getting it. There she goes.
Can't
I think
stand
that
on it.
was an accident.
Yeah, you can't stand on it, but you can stand over it pretty
Yes, she finally picks it back up. holding it.
outside.
Oh,
Nice
that
fake
was
out
a
by
crazy
Nia
juke.
Callahan. I'm
Oh,
into that
Yes,
illegal position on Monster.
yes. Peter Pants, on the first scoring pass. Callahan Peter on the second. Callahan on the first. Goes for the apex, just flies out of bounds though and gets run back.
Third direction for Hyper on FoCo.
Yes, you got Hey and Seek and Destroy holding back Callahan long enough that Peter Pants can make
Just
it through the pack for
tiptoeing
another 8
through.
points. Minute left in the jam. Peter Pants has brought his team into the lead. Let's see how much he can grow that lead out.
Wow.
Penalty.
Okay, a forearm.
That looked like it was a forearm on a FoCo blocker, a missed 2. That's the end of that jam there.
Okay, so we've got 14 seconds left. We'll see if somebody calls a timeout. Yep.
There they do.
There's the timeout called by Philly Roller Derby. So FoCo took the lead in this jam number 19. 11-4 jam, a 5-point lead. Philly going to use one of their team timeouts to stop the clock, and we are going to get one more jam in the first half, whether we like it or not.
Yes,
And
they may want to be in the lead going into the second half. And, 103 to 108. It's
a
so
momentum
close.
thing. You want to be in the lead. Like, they could have let this go. They could have taken a break.
If you're winning going into the second half, you just have to keep winning. If you're losing, though,
And if this game goes anything like last year's one, it's going to stay close until the very end. We're going to see some wild stuff.
yes. It does, going into this here while we have a moment, it does look like FoCo has more penalties than Philly does, 18 to Philly's 10.
But again, mostly blocker penalties. Nothing
Yes.
outside the realm of,
Yes,
you know.
still only 3 jammer penalties apiece, so 3 power jams, keeping them pretty even in score here. When we hit halftime, we'll bring up a little points per jam breakdown for you guys, and we can look at what we think the strategy is going to be going into the second half. In the meantime, these guys making them. Oh,
You hear that? Philly's doing the
yes,
Rocky theme song.
yes, and our team timeout has officially ended, and we have switched over into an official review. Yes, being used as a timeout.
Being used as a timeout just
They
to
say,
get
hey, only 1 jam left. Might as well make
another few seconds.
Because in case you guys didn't know this, your official reviews reset at the start of the next half. So
Correct.
If they use it now, they're not losing anything.
So everybody's ready.
They called intermission.
Is that really intermission?
Then they switched it to a timeout. I think they're deciding
there's
how
some
they're...
scoreboard stuff happening.
Yes.
So we'll see. I think we're going to get another jam.
Yes, we are.
We actually have a 1-point game.
Oh.
Which is not what we thought.
Yes, our score just changed there.
So again, you're watching the final of this is the open gender final for the gold and silver first and second place for the Junior Roller Derby Association Championship 2025 here in lovely Loveland, Colorado. And it looks like we've resolved some of the scoreboard issues. We've got 8 seconds on the period clock. We are going to get one more jam number 21.
Yes, and it's going to be Rubik's Dude against Gus. Okay, Rubik's Dude.
Instantly knocked out to the inside line, recycled back. Again, you don't want to give any of these jammers any space. They're going to get lead, and this time it is no Gus, no glory.
Looking to make up that single point they need, and sorry for earlier, that is Slim Skady, not Rubik's Dude jamming for FoCo.
Oh.
Another penalty. Another jammer penalty on Slim Skady. Another cut, too. But Gus making the most out of this power gem, the 4th one that Slim Skady has given Philly on cuts.
Yes.
To go and wrap up his second scoring pass. That's 8 points now for Philly. 1:17 left in the jam. He's given his team a good lead here.
I mean, that was the goal of all those timeouts.
Yes.
And using the OR as a timeout, give everybody a little bit of a breather and try and get Philly into a strong position heading into the second half.
Seek and Destroy tried some last-minute blocking there against Gus, but it was not enough to hold him back, and he's through for another 4 points. Slim Skady is out of the box, and there he goes, finishing his initial pass. He's now in a scoring position. I'm interested to see if Gus is going to call it or run it like Philly has been fond of doing so far.
Kraken heading to the penalty box, second penalty.
Yes. Gus through again for another 4 points. He's coming around for his 5th scoring pass. Got 37 from Philly. That's Holly Blockett, the captain, actually.
In a legal position.
In the penalty box. There goes Slim Skady on his second scoring pass now. It looks like Gus is just trusting his blockers to hold Black Slim Skady as he's coming for the points.
It's working. I mean, obviously Slim Skady is now scoring, has scored 8 so far, but Gus is on 24.
So 10 seconds left.
We're on 6 passes.
We'll see if we're going to get another pass.
Oh, friendly fires.
Gus accidentally taking out one of his butt blockers, and the jam comes to an end. That does look like it was a final 4 points for FoCo, and unfortunately 0 for Philly in that last pass because he hit his own blocker and got held up. But you know what?
So that was...
Such is a part of Derby, and really that was a roaring success for Philly there for that last jam.
That was jam 21. That was the last jam of this first half. We've got our score at 24-8 so far. I think we might see a few more added for Fort Collins there right now. 131-116, and we'll be right back. All right, we are back for the second half of the final game of this Junior Roller Derby Association Championship Tournament.
Yes, it is still Philly versus FoCo.
It is still Philly versus FoCo. This is the open gender final for the gold and silver first and second place. Philly scoring 24 points on the last jam. FoCo scoring 12. Philly taking over that lead, 131-120. Nobody's really in too much penalty trouble. Let's go ahead and show you guys that. So for Philly right now, we've got a total of 11 penalties for the first half. So honestly, very clean. We've had 3 jammer penalties. 1 by No Gus, No Glory, and 2 by Smashio Bea, who was a pivot turn jammer. So got 2 as the jammer. And then FoCo with 4 jammer penalties, all gone to Slim Skady, all cut track calls. Really interesting, FoCo's got more of a traditional. They got at least a 3 jammer rotation happening here between Slim Skady, Peter Pans, and Rubik's Dude, and Philly choosing to jam Nia Callie and Tenacious K, No Gus, No Glory, and Beasting, but Gus has pretty much gone out every other with the other jammers kind of interspersed. Go ahead and tell me about points, Pinky.
So once you pull that up here and we can take a look at it together, our point spread has actually been pretty even as shown by our close score here. There has been, like I said, points per jam have been picked up by both teams for most jams. If you want to throw that up there, we can take a look at this. There has been only 5 jams that Philly has not scored any points, and only 4 jams that FoCo has not scored any points. However, Philly has had 6 jams Philly hasn't scored any points. However, Philly does have the more of the standout high point jams here, with the highest of the game being 24 points. Philly is doing a good job picking up a lead more consistently than FoCo is. I think a lot of that is thanks to Gus.
Mm-hmm.
However, they are picking up lead, but the other jammer is making it out like maybe 10 seconds behind them.
For sure, yeah.
So they're not like holding the other jammer much longer. They're just doing enough to get their jammer through for lead.
They're not all Gus though, because there is some in the
Yes.
there's some leads happening. There was a five lead streak, and then FoCo got a lead. Philly picks up 2 more. And FoCo definitely managing to score, even if they're not lead. So always getting some points, mainly because Philly chooses to run the jam. So they're giving up a little bit on the point differential there, but FoCo is still managing to score. And that's why you see the score is what it is. It's 131 to 120 heading into the second half. We see No Gus, No Glory, and Rubik's Dude on the line. They do give each other a bit of a back pat there. So nice to see they're happy to be playing each other again. This is the third time these teams have met?
Yes.
Fourth?
This is the 3rd time in a row these 2 teams have faced off for the JRDA championship, and Philly has won all 3 times.
Okay, so this is a chance for FoCo to take
Yes,
that spot.
This is the 4th year now that these 2 teams have faced off. And hopefully for FoCo, this is going to, hopefully for FoCo, this is going to be the year that they finally take down Philly for the championship gold medal for the JRDA Nationals. But like I said, Philly is in the lead right now by a whole 11 points.
So second half going to be pretty loud, huh?
Oh, for sure. I don't know how much you guys can see on the live stream, but it is packed. Their chairs are all full. People are sitting on the floor, ready to go.
All right, we are back. We've got No Gus, No Glory, and Rubik's Dude on the line for Philly and FoCo, respectively. Gus looking for that inside line. Rubik's Dude looking maybe to follow Gus through, but Philly does adjust. We saw no pack. They moved very quickly to reform. Gus able to push that pack out and pack that lead, but Rubik's Dude again. It was a little too much movement, and he is able to get out on the initial.
Gus caught a tripod now on turns 2. Rubik's Dude catches up. Both jammers are now in the pass on their first scoring pass. Looks like you got
a multiplayer block on a FoCo blocker. We'll let you know when we see it. That is again on the captain, Reaper's Blade.
Looks like you got number 100 there from FoCo. That's a Monster with a great catch there, running No Gus, No Glory back long enough for Rubik's Dude to actually pass him despite Philly having lead.
And every time we've seen Monster out here, if there's a jammer, Monster is there.
Mm-hmm.
Monster is
there
always
they are
there.
now. Monster paired with the pivot from FoCo, holding back
That is
Gus.
Hey.
He does finally make it through there, and both jammers are on their second scoring pass. 45 seconds left in the jam.
So Gus is your lead jammer again. You're seeing Philly choose to run the jams most of the time.
That is the strategy they have definitely chosen for this. Bit of a difference from earlier in this tournament. We've been seeing a lot of one-and-done jams.
A direction call on Monster.
Here comes both jammers now on their third scoring pass. Gus makes it through first for the 12 points and then calls the jam. That does bring Philly up 4 points on FoCo. Oh, no, FoCo was able to pick up those 4 points last second as well. That is a 12-12 jam.
Nope.
Nope. Okay, I was right.
Mm-mm.
12-8 jam, 4 points up for Philly.
Yeah, so this game is happening so fast. I feel like we do have to wait a little bit before we say any scores there. We
Yes,
just wait for the
I
scoreboard to
jumped the gun.
update. We get excited.
I jumped the gun. Get so excited.
But yeah, I mean, between the jam refs and the scorekeeping table, you know, and the fast play,
Gotta
we
give 'em a
always have
minute
to make
sure
sure
everything's
we don't know the
looking good.
points until the next jam starts.
Yes.
So Beasting on the line up against Peter Pants for FoCo.
Tight pack here,
Very tight.
but not tight enough to hold Peter Pants back. There he goes with the lead for FoCo, but again, like we've been seeing, the other jammer is getting out only a quarter track behind.
And here comes Beasting. That is 3-3-7-7.
Yes.
We've also got a 3-7 Holly Block at the captain. So for Philly, so don't get too
Power
confused
jam.
there. Wow. Okay, so a power jam in favor of Fort
FoCo.
Collins, and Peter Pants is the lead jammer.
Yes, he takes 4 points and then just calls it there. Looks like he's looking for a power start going into the next jam. Beasting is in the box. And that
4-3 jam. Illegal contact.
yes, that's an illegal contact penalty. Sorry, it took me a minute to find them on the spreadsheet.
I got you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So with that, I would say like 25 seconds left on this power start here, and FoCo's making the most of it. There goes Slim Skady with the lead. Only 10 seconds into the jam. It's coming around now, hitting your
Ooh.
Philly tripod. Blocker's coming in clutch. There he goes through again.
Nice passive offense by the pivot. That is Hey Hey.
Hey Hey's a 5-star pivot on the track today. All right, Beasting is back on the track, has taken the star off of her helmet. I am not sure if she's intending to pass it or just keeping a hand on it. Yes, but we don't need to see. Oh, penalty.
Oh, a cut track.
The 5th cut track penalty on Slim Skady while jamming.
Okay,
This
so
might be FoCo's biggest weakness here. I'm going to be completely
Honestly.
honest. It is Slim Skady's cut track penalties.
if you get 5 of them, that's not
And
ideal.
Not even very far into the game.
So Beasting still has the star, working on the initial big pile up going into
pile up.
turn 3. I see people putting their hands up, but somebody's going to go to the box for that. That is 180 heading to the box on a back block.
And there's a successful start pass from Philly. Pippa Raygun is your new jammer. She's coming around for her first scoring pass. Only 43 seconds left in the jam, and this jam will go the full time. In the meantime, Slim Skady has made it out. Let's see if he can make it the rest of the jam without getting another cut penalty. I mean, there he goes for 4 more points. That's 8 now on the board for FoCo. But
And
Pippa
Philly only managing to score 4 during that power jam.
Yes. Oh, 444 going for a last-minute block. Does not land it, and Slim Skady is through for another 12 points. Oh, but it looks like they're 1776.
Kraken.
Kraken running back.
Wow.
Pippa Raygun giving Slim Skady the opportunity to make it through the pack a 4th time for 16 points at the end of that jam.
So we did see a star pass to Pippa Raygun as the pivot.
Yes, and
Got
she-
some points still for Philly,
A
8
good
points.
job there. She managed to pick up never made it out of the pack, but did get all 4 points from the blockers on that pass.
So 16-8 jam. FoCo not overtaking. But again, guys, this is a 6-point game now. Philly at 154, FoCo 148. We've got 2 of the FoCo players sitting on 5 penalties. So 5 of those are Slim Skady as the jammer. 5 cut
Yes,
track calls.
that
And then
is-
Monster, who's been doing a lot of pivoting.
Yes, Monsters that
5.
Blocker wrote telling you about. She's doing a great job staying back on those jammers, but not a great job keeping it clean while she does that. It does
Yeah.
look like a good mix of penalties here.
And we have seen the stripe removed from Monster. I don't know that Monster's going to be wearing that pivot hat again now that she's got 5 penalties. We see
Yes.
Scary Poppins now with the stripe for Fort Collins. And they have
Yes.
sent out No Gus, No Glory, and Rubik's Dude.
Yes, our pack moving backwards on the
6.
whistle here, backing up on. They know these guys, they have speed, and so the blockers are not letting them get any of that up.
Pivot, bad blood,
Yes,
really
that's-
sinking nice and low on Rubik's Dude. They know if they can
Yes.
stay under, all that power is going to be taken away. And it is No Gus, No Glory is your lead jammer for Philly.
Yes, it does look like there's a one FoCo blocker in the box right now, so that the light pack, Gus is definitely making the most out of it. And that was number 37 there. Holly blocked it with some great offense there to have Gus through the pack for 4 points. Rubik's Dude finally makes it through on initial, just skirting by that tripod.
I don't think this pack has moved out of that straightaway where the jam line is.
No, it has not.
The whole jam, we're almost a minute in.
Yes. Gus is now on his second scoring pass, and Rubik's Dude is still working on the first one. But there he goes. He's running down the outside line, skirts past that final blocker, and is through for 4 points. Followed by Gus after he downs your FoCo pivot with a hard hit. Penalty box is now empty. Always good to see.
So again, FoCo being allowed to score. I mean, obviously this is very hard. We're at like 40 seconds left in this jam. Gus has only picked up 8 points so far, just showing you how evenly matched these teams are.
Yes.
Rubik's Dude held in the back by this tripod. Pack is being forced to bridge and test the limits of pack definition.
Yes, and it breaks, though, because there goes
There
Gus.
we
The
go.
blocker's forced to give him up. He's on 12 points now. Running it has been paying off. It is an interesting tactic. I found most teams tend to go for the 4 and done, but honestly, Philly is not holding the FoCo jammer long enough after Gus gets lead to pull off a 1 and done.
And I think bleeding 4 points is usually okay. I see
Yes.
there's a lot of tolerance for that. 8 points is pushing it, but if it looks like they're going to get more than 8, usually you'll see people call it off.
Yes, because FoCo was held on that second scoring pass. Only took 3 points on it, so 7 points for FoCo on that one and 20 for Philly. So you know
Wow.
what?
13 up.
I talk all I want about strategy, but you really cannot be a 13-point jam.
No, it's still pretty good. I'll give you that. 174, 155, just under 22 minutes left in this final.
Yes, I talk a whole lot of strategy about these teams for having not won the national championship 3 years
Well,
in a
that's
row.
why we give us the microphone. So FoCo also sitting on 24 penalties so far. Philly on 13. So Philly's going up there, but they've got to keep it clean if they want to keep that lead.
Yes. And here's Peter Pants now jamming for FoCo against Nia Callahan. He takes a quick lead where Nia is stuck at the back of a tripod there. Well, now he is stuck in a tripod, but on the first scoring pass versus initial. Tight pack here, not a lot of motion, actually. We've had a lot of very turbulent packs, so the slow, controlled ones are a fun change of pace, very reminiscent of the female game from earlier today. It does look like we have a Philly blocker headed out of the box. Maybe they're what we need to break this pack up and get a jammer through.
Yeah, that was Holly Blockett with a forearm.
Yes. Looks like you got your Philly pivot 26 bracing a strong tripod against Peter Pants, giving Callahan the opening she needs to finish the initial.
Yep,
And
Peter
there's
Pan's
the
gonna
call of that
it.
jam right as she's coming up to score points. That's the kind of one and done where you pick up 4 points and call it before the other jammer hits the pack. And you know what? It works. It brought FoCo up 4 points. But again, I mean, Philly running it was able to get 13 points in the last jam.
Yes.
So
And only 4 in this one.
yeah, I think, man, I'm going to be honest. I think Philly's whole gameplay really comes down to Gus.
Yeah, they definitely are very reliant on this one jammer. And you know what? That is working for them right now, but there are definitely plenty of scenarios and teams where that's not going to work.
Yes.
And here we are back again. No Gus, no Glory. Back on the line for Philly. We'll see up against Slim Skady again, who's sitting on 5 cut track penalties. So hopefully we'll be able to keep it clean. Gus,
Yes.
a rare recycle to the inside.
Yes.
And Slim Skady taking that lead status over No Gus, no Glory.
And that was a Hyper who's doing a great job sticking on Gus and keeping him running back. Gus is still in pack on initial, while Slim Skady pushing to the front on the first scoring pass. Both jammers are kind of trapped in a basket on the inside line here. Let's see if we're going to be able to break this pack up before the clock ticks down too much. Ooh, there it goes. Slim Skady getting run back by 180. Oh, 180 actually off to the box with the penalty. That's eye roll. Did you catch what penalty that was?
It is a low block.
Low block. I don't know how you see these things. That is some impressive game awareness you have there.
Let's just say I do a lot of this.
Well, Slim Skady is now has finished his first scoring pass and is working on the second. Well, Gus is still fighting for initial. You got 0-4.
This is the hardest time Gus has had this entire game.
It has. That was 0-4 there. Insanity from your white team. An incredible job holding Slim Skady back there for the precious couple seconds that they need to have a successful star pass from Philly. Bad Blood as the new jammer.
Okay.
And they're stuck in the pack on their first scoring pass. And Slim Skady, though, lapping it there. That's 12 points for Skady.
And we might have ourselves a lead change, guys.
Yes. Bad Blood just did a great job juking out Monster there to pick up 4 points for Philly.
Slim Skady determined to keep going.
Yes, he's through the pack again. 16 points now. 10 seconds left. If he can make another pass, he just might bring FoCo.
Well, now everybody's running
lead.
it, so we'll see.
Yeah, they see it. They see the clock.
So this is, I think, the first star pass Gus has done.
Oh,
gosh.
Absolutely crazy sternum strike from Monster.
It seemed like it was an assist.
I don't know. That was a rough hit.
That was a rough hit.
I would not blame Bad Blood if she wants to sit a couple jams after.
Dude, really?
That kind of strike to the sternum.
Did you have to do that?
Yes. So, you know, we've been talking a lot about Slim Skady's cut penalties while jamming, but you know what?
I think he just made up for it.
On the board for FoCo.
And honestly, guys, this is now a 5-point game again. Tenacious K sent out up against Rubik's Dude. So Gus finally going to get a little bit of a break here. Rubik's Dude in the back with that punishing Philly tripod. We talk a lot about the jammers, but Philly's defense is nothing to sneeze at,
No.
and that is the other part of the reason why they are up. Rubik's Dude having a bit of a struggle. They had to reform the pack, move up a little bit. Tenacious K looking for the way through. We do see that pivot, playing some offense. That, I want to say, is Pippa Ray Gun. We got our lead jammer status.
Oh,
yes.
Just barely
Nice and clean, Tenacious K.
FoCo blocker. Lead jammer for Philly. Only 40 seconds into the jam.
It'd be like that. So Rubik's Dude, again, not allowed on the initial yet. Tenacious K here on a scoring pass.
Ooh, gets bumped out by 68 from FoCo. That's Firecracker there. But Rubik's Dude there.
Okay, through.
Picks up 4 points and calls the jam off because
Might as well.
Yeah, Rubik's Dude did make initial there right at the very end, so I think she saw that and was like, nope, we're not doing this again. Ends that jam there. 4 points for Philly, 0 for FoCo, bringing us to a 9-point game now.
So, yeah, shout out to Pippa Ray Gun for the offense there. That definitely was instrumental in getting Tenacious K that lead status. And, again, a 9-point game. A 9-point game. Philly 184, FoCo 175, 16 minutes left. We are going to have Philly on a, it looks like, yep, an official review called by Philly.
Yes, we got
FoCo. Just kidding.
FoCo has an official review. I didn't see anything that I would have assumed.
Honestly, everything is happening very quickly. I think
Yes.
I think officials have had a hard time this weekend. And if anybody's missing calls, they're missing calls for
Yes.
both of the teams that they're officiating. So I think that the standard of reffing has been very high this weekend. And it's always good for a bench to see what they can get. You know, if they can get somebody in the box, cool.
They can get someone out of the box, even cooler.
I mean, there's nobody in the box right now, so I think this is going to be, hopefully, maybe trying to get something on Tenacious K, but we will see. And let's go ahead and show you some pictures while we wait. Wow, wow, wow. So you can see the story of the second half in points here. Yep.
All right, and it looks like the coaches and captains have finished talking to the officials and are now talking as teams here. You know, you got to have your team to have your back, and I know my team certainly does here.
Who do you play for, Pinky?
I play for Tomorrowland Junior Roller Derby up in Tacoma, Washington, and right now, most of them are all together here actually having a watch party for this. So
10 out of 10.
Thanks, guys. I love you. I wouldn't be here without you. And now officials are breaking. Is that good news?
We shall see. They're going to tell the house announcers, and then we'll listen for that, and we will tell you. So it doesn't look like anybody's going to the box right now. Well, they're still telling. There's a little bit of a timing to this. So 184, 175.
Yes. Eventually, we will find out what the official review is about.
Eventually.
Looks like the house announcers are discussing it before they tell it to everyone.
Nobody's in the box. So they asked for the initial not to be awarded to Philly. They say that this points shouldn't have been scored, but the refs did not agree with that. So Philly keeps their points and they lose the review. However, Peter Pan's now taking up lead jammer status for Fort Collins.
Yes, Gus stuck in a tripod here. He's facing off with Monster now, trying to push him over the outside line.
Okay, a multiplayer assessed to Scary Poppins. And the captain for Philly picking up an illegal position.
Ooh, that was
a forearm
penalty on number 4, Insanity from Philly. Has that blocker in the box, and Peter Pants coming around for a second scoring pass. Gus getting hit out and run back. He is still on initial. You know, we were saying having one jammer do half your jamming.
Illegal, so a forearm assessed.
Full box.
To Hyper, and Monster picking up another penalty. An illegal position, I believe. That is number 6 for Monster.
Yes, very full box there for a minute, but light pack means for fast passes for both of these jammers.
They're both scoring.
Yes, Gus just finished the first. Peter Pants just finished the third. Unfortunately for Peter Pants, it looks like those 2 Philly blockers made it out of the box faster than his did. And so he might try to want to run this jam down so he doesn't have to go into the next jam with only 2 blockers. Nope, he's going to call it, though. That was 2 points for Gus on that last pass, and a full 4 points for... Nope, sorry. 2 points for Peter Pants, and a full 4 points for Gus, bringing us to 8 points on that jam for Philly and 14 points on that jam for FoCo. And FoCo is going to be starting this next one with 2 blockers in the box.
Rough.
However, they're both standing, so they should be out of the box in a matter of seconds. It just goes down to the 2 blockers that FoCo has being able to hold them for long enough.
14-8 jam, 189 to 192. Again, a 3-point game now, 14 minutes on the clock. We have a team timeout called by Philly. And again, jammer penalties have seemed to have stopped for now. Both teams sitting on... Nope, Slim Skady sitting on 5. But Peter Pan's, Rubik's Dude, they've been clean. Again, they're going with that 3 jammer rotation. Gus has only gotten the 1.
Yes, it does. Gus says...
Tenacious K, nice and clean.
Ooh, always fun to see.
Nice and clean. And, Bee Sting sitting on 1. But otherwise clean. Nia Callahan also clean. So...
Yes, it's been a good game so far, for sure.
Not too wild. 4 jammer penalties for FoCo, 5 for FoCo, 4 for Philly. And FoCo sitting on 28 total for the game so far. Philly much cleaner at 16. But again, this is a 3-point game, and FoCo's doing all these penalties. You know, that just tells you the strength of that team and that defense and having a very even, consistent jammer core. So
yes, Gus has had a rough last 2 jams. He lost points on both of them, but he's out on the line for Philly once again.
And, you know, everybody's having a good game. But, again, if FoCo wins this, it'll definitely because the defense is just as good as Philly's, and their jammer core is a lot more evenly skilled.
Yes.
So here we are now. No Gus, no glory. Picking up that lead for Philly. Pinky, take it away.
He just needed that timeout break there, and he's back and going for it. Slim Skady is the jammer here for FoCo, and he makes it through on initial right as Gus makes it through for the first 4 points of that jam. Gus here stuck in a tripod at the back of the pack now. Or sorry, he's stuck at the front of the pack, and Slim Skady is stuck in a tripod at the back of the pack. Gus is on the second scoring pass and has lead. Slim Skady is still working on that first scoring pass. There he goes. He just has to pass 444 from Philly. Smashiopia, and he does for 4 points. Both jammers now on their second scoring pass. Gus here fighting up against 777 Hyper from FoCo. Now a tripod has formed up in front of him.
A multiplayer assessed to 777. That is Hyper. So that's number 5 for Hyper.
They're really making Gus work for this second scoring pass here. Still stuck behind an incredible FoCo tripod. Looks like there is 37 off to the box.
Yep.
Did you catch that one, Chai?
That was an illegal position.
All right, and there goes Slim Skady picking up another 4 points as he's coming through the pack. Gus here and Slim both on their third scoring pass. Gus flies past that one on the inside of turn number 2 for 4. Ooh, and Slim Skady jumps it for another 4 for FoCo. We're at 16-16 now, I think, once these points add up on the scoreboard. 7 seconds left. Can Slim Skady catch up for another 4 points?
Okay, another multi-assessed at the end of the jam. Who's the lucky skater?
Oh, that's 777 Hyper. That's the sixth
number
penalty for Hyper.
6. So we've got 2 blockers on 6 for Fort Collins and Slim Skady on 5, but I think he's done. He hasn't had anything since the third jam. We've got 11:45 on the clock. We're only 9 jams in, so definitely much longer jams than in the first half.
Yes, Philly has been taking the strategy of running it, and they are
Philly barely maintaining this lead.
Yes.
205, 201, both teams over 200. Philly was overtaken in that last jam and saved it with the last pass.
Yes. There goes Rubik's dude.
No earned pass, though.
So not lead, but still coming around, ready to score.
Beasting.
There goes Beasting. Also does not get lead.
Star.
It took the star off.
Okay, defense, let's go.
This will be a minute, 36 seconds left till this jam ends. There goes Rubik's dude picking up the points. Ooh, we got your FoCo pivot. And then pairing up with number 3, Spilla, teaming up to run Beasting back. Rubik's dude now fighting on the third pass. Both jammers fighting on their third pass here.
A cut. Who's getting that cut up? A pivot.
FoCo pivot.
That is Seek and Destroy. That is 5 for Seek and Destroy.
Man, you were right. Go defense. The defense has been going.
Honestly, these teams are very evenly matched on defense.
Yes,
and
there's Rubik's dude running back quite a ways, just trying to get past this tripod. And there goes Beasting finishing the second scoring pass after lapping 1776 Kraken from FoCo.
Very nice Kraken. Very smart skating.
Yes.
Very good positional blocking.
Yes.
We see.
Ooh, Rubik's dude, though, with a sneak attack on the outside line.
4 points.
Both jammers now on the third scoring pass. 20 seconds left.
And this could be a 0-0 jam, basically. We did see the captain, Holly Blockett, go back to the box for her 4th penalty.
Yes, and there goes Rubik's dude, though, 12 points. He has 8 seconds. Can he make it to the pass again? Because Beasting is behind him on 12. Beasting's not going to make it, but he might be able to. Looks like the blockers got smart, ran the pack there at the last minute. Oh, he caught up, though.
There's 2.
2 points. So that was a 2-point jam for FoCo.
Fast jammer's going to go fast.
Yes.
So, okay, FoCo wins the jam, but not lead. 14-12 jam. 2-point game, 217 to 215.
Yes, last year's game was a 1-point game. And
the defense is good, but the defense is getting tired.
Yes, everyone's getting tired.
And choosing to run these jams, no matter, this was a 2-minute jam, so what are you going to do? But we got No Gus, No Glory back on the lineup against Peter Pants, and that is going to be Peter Pants taking a lead.
If he gets a single scoring pass, he's going to pull his team into the lead.
We'll see.
Gus is right behind him. Is he going to get one and call it, or
we can't
go
call it
for the run it?
Yeah, no, they're saying to run it. Everybody's saying to run it. Even the crowd is saying to run it.
And, it works for both teams and also neither teams, because they're neck and neck when they exit the pack and hitting each other over and over again. That calls Peter Pants to just call it
no
4-4.
Points. So 2-point game still.
Ooh. Gus thinks he should have gotten a point at the end of that one, I think. You do
keep scoring through the first set of 4 whistles, so maybe so.
Maybe, but he's holding that up for everyone to see, like, point for me.
Maybe so. So, 2-point game, it remains. 8:25 on the clock, team timeout called by Philly. They've got 1 team timeout and their official review yet. Fort Collins has yet to use a team timeout. FoCo also sitting on 6 penalties for 2 of their blockers, 5 for another blocker, and 5 for one of their jammers. So penalties are starting to be a problem. Philly sitting on 19 penalties for the game so far. FoCo on 33. And again, this is still a 2-point game with 8:25 to go. Like this is going to go to the last jam.
Yes.
Last jam.
It's very reminiscent of
Time
last year's championship
Time management and
game.
jammer penalties. Like
Yes.
that's going to be it.
Yeah, by the way, this is a random plug, you guys, but I've said it like so many times on this tournament, but if you have not watched the championship game between these two teams from last year, you got to watch it. The ending to that game remains to be the craziest ending to a game I've ever seen. Even though that championship may be a year old as of now, it's worth the watch for sure. All right, and it looks like we're wrapping up with the timeout here now. Gus jamming for Philly still going up against, I think that's Rubik. Slim Skady.
Yep. That is Slim Skady.
All right. I don't know what I think, man. This is a good
You
game.
know, I mean, in Slim Skady maybe not knocked out. We saw some people try to do a little bit of a run back there.
But
Slim
he's
Skady
through.
finding a way through on the inside line.
Good jammer for FoCo, and Gus is still solidly in the back of the pack. Can he bring FoCo into the lead? He's coming around to try that now. Does get hit out, little wobble on the line. Caught behind a strong Philly tripod now has Gus going through. His team's helping him out. Great job clearing the inside line. He's through. He calls it.
They want that lead change. They're not going to run it because they want that lead change.
Yes. I don't know if you guys can hear the crowd, but they were so loud I can't even hear myself think. Philly 221, FoCo 223 with 7 minutes left on the clock. Philly has won the last 3 in a row. Can FoCo take the win this time? Quick little graphic here for you guys, looking at the points and the lead.
So FoCo having a lot more success with multi-pass jams. Nia Callahan back on the line for Philly. Rubik's Dude for FoCo, but it's going to be Nia Callahan taking that lead jammer status.
This is
Rubik's Dude done with the initial. We are going to see a no-earn pass on one of the blockers, but it is number 04 going to the box. That is Insanity. Nia Callahan coming through on a scoring pass. Rubik's Dude finally out with a roll. That's allowed. We'll allow it.
first 4 points of
caught
the
on a
jam
hip.
to FoCo.
So Rubik's Dude now out here on a scoring pass. Nia Callahan.
Yeah, their Rubik's Dude goes hit out and run back by iRoll.
I don't know about those points right now.
I thought he was on initial.
Yeah, I don't think that's correct. But Nia Callahan is through. 4 points to Philly. Rubik's Dude should be on the first scoring pass. And hasn't finished the first scoring pass, so I don't think he's...
Interesting jam here,
Yeah.
that's for sure.
I think all of the coaches are going to have questions about this. We're seeing some
yes.
things.
Luckily, Philly has that official review still, so they can call it if they need.
Well, it's okay to go ask a question
Yes.
about the points there.
Yes, and there you can see Coach walking out onto the track, confronting the referees.
Right. I don't know. So FoCo, again, lead by maybe 2 points. We'll just have to see what happens. I don't know that that was
Yes.
correct. I think that was maybe an early award to FoCo, but I thought that was the first scoring pass for Rubik's Dude.
Mm-hmm. Either if they don't change the points, though, that was a null jam for the
Honestly,
two teams,
though,
7-7.
If they don't change the points, this is what both of these teams deserves. They're keeping it this close. No Gus, no Glory back on the line with Peter Pants.
Looks like they did not change the points.
No. Gus is your lead jammer.
But Peter Pants right on him. Philly tripod taking the back here. Gus crouching low to drive him forward.
And Philly's ready for that. They figured out how to stay low on these tall jammers. So Gus, again, having the same problem, is getting a little bit of offensive assistance from Captain Holly Blockett.
Yes.
Needed now this late in the game.
Yes, strong blocking here, strong tripods. I guess it really took taking us to the 2 championship games to see the best that junior roller derby blocking has to offer.
So Scream, the pivot for FoCo with the recycle on Gus.
Oh, there he
goes.
Peter Pants may not have lead, but he has the first 4 points on the board. Gus takes a hit out, calls the jam there.
Also getting all 4.
Okay, so another Knoll Jam, 4-4, 2-point different, and less than 5 minutes left in the game.
Good gracious. So we haven't had any penalty. Nah, we had a penalty in Jam 13. I was like, we haven't had any penalties in a while, but no, we have. We've had 2.
It's okay.
It's okay.
We're doing good.
A track cut on Scream. And a forearm on our friend Insanity.
Yes.
Beasting on the line with Slim Skady. So pretty well matched jammers.
Yes, Sim Skady's at the back of the pack right now. A Philly tripod holding him down. He's really driving him forward there, but so is Beasting. Oh, Beasting takes the hit out in between turns run into and run back towards that Philly tripod. That's what Slim Skady needed.
Illegal position to Captain Reaper's blade and lead to FoCo.
All right, Slim Skady coming around. Can he further his team's lead? 2 more strong tripods, but blocker from FoCo is standing in the box. Are they going to be able to come out and give him the edge he needs? He doesn't need it. There he goes for 4 points, but Beasting successfully passes that star off to Bad Blood, 26. The pivot who has taken, I think, 3 star passes now. Gus hits a tripod, spins inside of it, then calls the jam. That was a very good, very clean 3 points at the last minute there.
Just a few, though. I mean, again, this is a lead, but it's nothing. It's nothing. So team timeout called now.
But, I mean, 7 points could be everything that you need in 2 minutes. But, I mean, Philly could get 7 points, too. This is a really close game. 2 minutes and 35 seconds left on the clock. It is Philly 232 to FoCo 241.
Philly using their last team timeout. They still have a clock stoppage. They still have an OR that they can use as a timeout or maybe to do something about it. FoCo not used a single team timeout, but I think this is typical for them. They tend to not use those team timeouts. They want to push that momentum as much as they can for the whole game. I think that's part of their success, honestly. And again, Philly has come from behind to win this game before. This is a 9-point lead. This is nothing. This is 1 jammer penalty. This is 1 lead status. This is, defense not letting things go on.
But this is...
The crowd's getting louder and louder.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can hear the crowd, but you would be energized if you could. It is Gus, and it is Rubik's Dude here lining up. It does look like we got a bit of time added back onto the clock there, so it's 2:55 left instead of 2:35.
Okay, interesting. Extra 20 seconds. Here we are, no Gus, no glory, back on the line. Rubik's Dude for FoCo.
Rubik's Dude is doing a good job breaking the blockers apart, but not as good as Gus. There he goes with a lead for Philly.
Rubik's Dude still looking for this initial as Gus hits that pack hard, knocks out one of his own blockers. Rubik's Dude completing the initial. And we've got number 7, 4777. Hyper will not be allowed to return to the track.
And there goes Gus. Another 4-point pass there. He's coming around now on the second scoring pass. A Rubik's Dude is still fighting on the first.
And that is number 7 for Monster, who will also not be allowed to return to the track. That is a high block.
2 FoCo players fouling out in the same jam here. This might be just what Philly needs.
I mean, it's definitely helpful.
There he goes. Philly back into the lead with another 4-point pass.
There's your lead change. And guys, we've only got 1:45 on the clock. 50 seconds left in this jam.
Oh, Rubik's Dude hitting Gus out and running them back. I think he has the 4 points from his pass. So that does put FoCo 1 point ahead of Philly. He might be trying to waste time on the clock for the rest of this jam.
I mean, go ahead and waste time. There's still going to be another jam.
There is, but I mean, I think that's the strategy currently being used.
We do see the Philly pivot running after Rubik's Dude.
That is Bad Blood there trying to catch him. 2 jammers back on the track still. Gus taken up to the front. Philly at the back. Gus is through for another 4 points.
So
coming.
FoCo left with only 2 blockers on the track to stop Gus. It's not going to be enough.
No.
20-point jam.
For Philly. A minute left on the clock.
Okay.
That.
Wow.
I'm going to be completely honest. I do not know what FoCo was thinking, putting 2 players with 6 out on the track at the same time.
I mean, they've also been very effective players for the whole game,
They
but
have.
that's a risk. It's a risk. High risk, high reward. So only going to get 3 on that last pass. But 19-4 jam in favor of Philly. 40 seconds on the period clock.
FoCo needs
50.
the jam of their dreams to take this game.
And they need to not get any more penalties.
But if not, Philly, I think you just might be taken.
We'll see. Don't call it. Don't call it. It
Right.
ain't over till it's
Right.
over.
It's
And this
not over
this
yet.
is absolutely going to the last jam. This is nothing. This is a 6-point lead.
Mm-hmm.
6-point
man.
lead. This is the final, guys.
Yeah.
Ah.
The crowd, they're standing, they're leaning.
Everybody is standing.
They're cheering.
Guys, you got to stay out of the ref lane. FoCo finally using one of their team timeouts.
Ooh.
All right.
I mean, realistically, if this jam runs 49 seconds, we could have another jam after it, too. You only need 1 second to call that timeout and pause the period clock.
We'll see what happens. Official review. Oh. Used as a team. So Philly is using their last clock stoppage as a timeout.
I think that means that they're thinking this is going to be the last jam.
I mean, it's a thought.
Philly needs at least 2 scoring passes, so that probably would take over 50 seconds.
FoCo needs 2 scoring passes.
Yes. Yeah, sorry. FoCo needs 2 scoring passes. So
I mean, and they've sent out no Gus, no glory again against
Slim Skady.
Slim Skady.
If he gets a cut penalty, it might be over for
who's been
FoCo.
having a very successful game.
Yes, he's doing significantly better in the second half on those.
But still sitting on 5 track cuts. So, you know, choices.
Yes. And Philly, by the way, is the most that their players have is 4. They have 3 players sitting at 4. However, I would even go to say most of their players have 1 or none.
Yeah, correct. So, yeah, that's the story here. Philly roller derby, 21 penalties for the whole game so far. FoCo for 37. Guys, we're looking at most likely the last jam. Philly has no more clock stoppages left. FoCo has 2 team timeouts left. And we're going to let this one breathe for a second. We're just going to let y'all watch this and enjoy it for a second. We know who's been sent out. And it's Slim Skady.
Lead jammer for FoCo. Gus held behind an entire tripod. And a Philly blocker just joined him to give them pack.
We are losing a FoCo pivot to the box on a track cut.
Gus bouncing on this line here. Slim
He knows he can't mess this
Still
up.
skating. 20 seconds left on the period clock. Gus is through for initial. Gus going through. They're calling it right there. That was 4 points to FoCo, 0 to Philly. There's a 2-point difference, and FoCo is calling that timeout.
Yeah,
One more
they've
jam.
got those clock stoppages. One more jam.
One more
There's
jam.
no way there's another jam after this, but again, a 2-point game.
Oh, this is insane.
This is the final. Guys, this is the final
Yes.
open division. We've got the female division winner. We are waiting to find out the winner here. We're adding time to the clock. You can see this at home, obviously, 16 seconds now. Gonna have jam number 18 as FoCo uses one more team timeout. I sincerely doubt there can be another jam after this, but you know what?
Yes, and
honestly.
And neither team has an official review to challenge once the jam has ended. So what happens in this jam is what happens into this jam. And we are going in to the final jam of our JRDA Open Gender National Championships. Philly, 251. FoCo, 249.
Gus once again sent out for Philly. And Peter Pants sent out for Fort Collins.
All right, this is it, you guys. We got a pivot for Philly in the box.
Pack advantage, Philly.
Philly for FoCo in the box.
Yeah, pack
Philly
advantage
has
to
that
Philly.
pack advantage. This is it, guys. Buckle up.
And they've sent out I Roll, Bad Blood, Holly Block, and Smash Yopea for Philly. Solid blockers.
There goes Gus
Oh
lead
my
jammer
gosh.
for Philly. You can see him. He's celebrating. He's cheering. He has called
Oh my
it.
God. So FoCo rolled the dice.
They rolled it and Philly took it. He knew they're 2 points ahead. He is not risking losing them. He has called it there. Celebrations from Philly on the track. It is still our unofficial score, so wait a few seconds here for this to be finalized.
All right, friends, that's it. Your winner, again,
Is Philly. 251.
Philly Roller Derby Juniors All-Stars.
An amazing game. 251 for Philly, 249 for FoCo. They had a 1-point game last year, a 2-point game this year.
Wow.
Let's just say these two teams they're the champions of the championships with these edge of the seat games. An amazing watch from everyone. Again,
And of course, yes, congratulations to the Santa Cruz Derby Gromshells winning the female division. And now we know finally Philly will win again the open division at these Junior Roller Derby Association Championships.
Just one more time, your gold medal, first place in the nation champions for JRDA. That is Philly. And your silver medal, second place is FoCo. What an amazing game.
All right, Pinky, great call. We are going to sign off for a little bit. We'll be back live on the Junior Roller Derby Association YouTube channel with the awards ceremony stream once that is set up. So please stay tuned. That won't take too long. We'll have a few minutes to clear the track and get everything set up, and we will be back live. So leave those TVs on. We will be right back.
Yes,
My name is Chai Kilski.
And I'm Pinky Crusher, and it has been a great time with you.
Thank each and every one of you for your support on these athletes on their amazing junior roller derby career. We would also like to take this time to thank all of the volunteers that made this possible.
First of all, our tournament head ref, Noah Fallon. Our tournament head non-skating official, Nesquik. Our games tournament oversight, Loud Llama. Our tournament head photographer, Andrew Keys. Our tournament head medic, Deborah. Our tournament head skating relations, Lizzie. And finally, our tournament head announcer, Benandi.
We also want to thank our JRDA board members, directors, and committee members. Thank you all for everything you've done to put this on. I also want to thank all of our officials, officiating staff, especially all those tournament heads that we just talked about. Thank you all for coming out, spending your time, and volunteering for this event.
And next up is our aging out non-returning charter skaters. We are going to do you by teams. First up is Columbia. We have Thomas the Train, Rolling Reesma, Chublakya, Kilmon, Thug Buggerson, Kid Block, and Tank.
All right, our Des Moines players, we have Verbatim, Fun Size, and Vertigo.
And now, for FoCo, we have quite a few skaters. Ruby Doom, Rubik's Dude, Monster, Scary Poppins, Peter Pants, Kraken, Yaya, Hey Hey, Spilla, Walking Dread, Chameleon, Hyper, Scream, and finally Slim Skady. I started cheering too early. Just trying to make sure they were
all Up next for Philly, we have No Gus, No Glory, I Roll, Pippa Raygun, Beasteen, Holly Blockett, and Soul Crusher.
Now let's hear for our Pittsburgh, the Kraken, Strawberry Jam, Sirius, Bandelion, Lakeinator, Bigfoot, Violet Von Slaughter, Forest Bump, Biohazard, and Ace of Skates.
All right, and now the Pixies. We have Triscuit and Little Miss Savage.
It's on.
Is it on? No, I think it's 10, right? And for Nashville, we have Mac Attack, Roadrunner, Poison Ivy, Quazilla, Frankenherder, Blazing Grace, Felony, Mayhem, Hurricane, and Lethally Blonde.
Our Rose City team, So Feisty, Havoc, Elbow Bell, Nessie, and Teen Titan.
They want to do Seattle, so I'm going to do San Cruz. For Santa Cruz, Smash Ketchum, Dolly Darko, F-Bomb, Speed Demon, and Curl Crusher.
And finally, from Seattle, Kangarooby, Alice in Thunderland, Mom Likes Me Best, The Curly Dervish, and Psychosis.
Lizzie's going to start that one. And we're going to let them take a picture from it. Like, I think that's what we're doing, right, Lizzie?
All right, age outs, we're going to do some quick photos real quick. The photographers will get them. Parents, don't worry. And we just want to congratulate all of you on an amazing Derby career. Everyone should be proud of what they've done in Junior Roller Derby. All right, age outs, you're all good. You go ahead and line up with your teams. Congratulations again.
It is. Flick it down to me. Flick it down to me.
Okay, and at this moment, we are going to have a quick word from our Vice President, Heather.
Hi, everyone. Every year, the conclusion of a season will always mark the end of an era for a few individuals dedicated to the junior space of our sport. Just as players age out and move on to their next phase, so do some of the most dedicated volunteers in the JRDA, our members of leadership. We want to take this time today to acknowledge someone known to be a true champion of our organization and one of our greatest contributors, President Brett Rogers. Brett began his journey supporting JRDA in 2015 as the regional coordinator for the Northeast. In 2017, his path led him to serving as the senior vice president, and in 2019, he was elected to lead us as president. His time and dedication to this organization has not gone unnoticed. The JRDA, its member leagues, and volunteers have reaped the benefits of his presence. His passion for roller derby and commitment to being an advocate for its junior participants has had a meaningful and lasting impact on the sport. At the end of this season, Brett's time serving JRDA will be complete. Like players who age out, this is not goodbye. Brett, we hope to continue to see you out there in your yellow shirt, raising your flags and supporting your team. We could truly spend hours talking about you, but there aren't really enough words to express our gratitude for everything you have accomplished. Thank you for everything that you have done for the JRDA over the last 10 years. Enjoy your retirement. We appreciate you more than you could know.
All right, and now just taking a moment to let you guys know that the roller derby is not over here tonight. Our next event is going to be our World Cup 2025 in Australia. It'll be July 26th through 28th and streaming for free on the JRDA YouTube.
Yeah, you might like to, you have to turn them all up 'cause we're switching. We're not helping. All right, I'm proud to introduce our MVPs for our female division. Are you ready? Most valuable blocker from Nashville, Mac Attack. And the most valuable jammer, Nashville Felony.
And now for our open division MVPs. Blocker goes to From the Pixies, Powerhouse. And now our most valuable jammer coming from Des Moines, Miggy.
Congratulations, MVPs. Great job this weekend. Okay, next up is the medals. We are going to announce your team name. When we announce your team name, please head over to this table. You will get your award and you will make your way over here for a picture.
All right, for our female division, taking home the bronze, Seattle Derby Brats Galaxy.
And now, for our female division silver medal, taking that home is our Rose City Rollers Rosebud National All-Stars.
And the gold medal in the female division for the third year in a row, fourth overall, Santa Cruz Derby Groms Grom Shells.
If all of our remaining teams would just move a little bit more around the track. Non-derby direction. Oh, never mind.
And now, our Open Division bronze medalists, Pixies Roller Derby. And taking home the silver medal, FoCo Junior Roller Derby Spartans.
And it looks like we've got one left here. Our Open Division gold placement will go for the 4th year in a row, Philly Roller Derby Junior All-Stars.
Okay, once again, congratulations to everyone on a great weekend. We'd like to take this time to announce that Champs 2026 will be in Palatine, Illinois, which is the Metro Chicago area. The dates are July 10th through 13th. Thank you everyone for coming out and making this a great 2025 JRDA Champs. Have a great night and see you next year.